So some of you will soon, or over the next decade or so at least, start thinking about uni or college for yourself or for a child maybe. Well, back in Jesus' time, if you were a student, you didn't go to uni or college. You looked for a teacher, a rabbi, and you attached yourself to them. And that's what this story is about. In the first part of the story, we see Andrew and Simon Peter choosing Jesus as their new rabbi. They'd been taught by their previous rabbi, John the Baptist, that Jesus was the Messiah. So when they met him, they immediately believed in him, they believed who he was, and they followed him. With Philip and Nathanael in the second part of the story, there's a contrast. Philip believes in Jesus. He believes he's the Messiah, and he wants his friend to share in that belief. He's really excited. Nathanael, however, he's searching for the truth, but he needs his questions answered before he goes for it. So I think most people listening to this today will either be a Philip or a Nathanael. Imagine yourself as one of those people, Philip or Nathanael, as I recap the story. So Philip meets Jesus and he immediately believes, and he runs to tell his friend. He wants to tell his mate, and he wants to take him with him to meet this wonderful Messiah. He runs to him and he says, this is the guy that the scriptures have been telling us about. He's the son of Joseph, Jesus from Nazareth. Now, Nathanael, his answer, Nazareth? Can anything good come from Nazareth? You can hear his eyes rolling, can't you? I guess it's what we call these days othering, isn't it? Looking down on people that are different to us, that come from somewhere not quite as good as where we come from. I'm from Taunton in Somerset, and that's the county town. And definitely there's a feeling, if you live in Taunton, Bridgwater and Chard aren't nearly as good town. Bridgwater? Oh dear. Okay, when you're moving to Taunton, it's the county town. There's that county town snobbery, and it's horrible. That whole topic is another talk. But it happens everywhere, doesn't it? My brother, when he moved to Parkstone, was asked which side of Ashley Road. So Nazareth at that time was the Bridgwater, the north of Ashley Road area. He couldn't believe that it was the place that a well-educated teacher could come from. And we get a lot of eye rolling, don't we, as Christians too? You really believe that? Eyes roll as people say it. So that's Nathanael's thinking. Nazareth, really? A really good teacher coming from Nazareth? But Philip encourages him, just come and see, and fair play on Nathanael. He is open-minded enough to go along and see. And then Jesus sees him coming, and he isn't cross about his skepticism at all. He shows him that he knows him. He pays him a compliment. Look at him, he's a real Israelite. There's nothing false in him. He recognises that he needs to know the truth before he believes. He endorses his need to search and answer those really important questions. And Nathanael asks him, how did you know me? And it's because he saw him under the fig tree. Now, we don't know what Nathanael was doing under the fig tree. Was he public speaking? Was he questioning a teacher? Was he just contemplating? And we don't know if Jesus actually saw him there physically, whether Jesus was there, or whether he saw him supernaturally. All we know is that Jesus got an insight into his character. He got him. And isn't that what we all want? We all want to be understood. And Jesus understood him. Wow, says Daniel, I believe you're my teacher. I'm going to become a follower. So Jesus just answers, well, that was easy. if you think that's good, just wait and see what I can show you. He doesn't mind Nathaniel's questioning. He encourages him to carry on doing it. Just stick with me and I'll show you some other stuff, some other evidence. So, back to you. Were you a Philip or a Nathaniel when I asked you to imagine? If you're a Philip, what can you learn from this? Philip wants to run and tell his friend. So he goes and tells his friend. He accepts that he's skeptical, but he just encourages him. Come and see. And then he leaves it to Jesus. So introduce your friends to Jesus. Accept them as they are, where they are. And just say, come and see. Come and see our online service. Listen to this worship song. Read this Bible passage. Come and see. If you're a Nathaniel, he was skeptical, but he still wanted to know the truth and he remained open. He goes to meet Jesus. Jesus accepts him as he is. He gets him. And even when Nathaniel accepts Jesus as his rabbi and Messiah, Jesus continues to encourage him to go on looking and deepening his faith. So if you're a Nathaniel, it's fine to be skeptical. Jesus encourages healthy questioning. But I just encourage you to stay open and keep looking. Jesus will get you and he will meet you and he'll give you what you need.